You're standing in your kitchen on a random Thursday night, staring at a thick, cream-colored envelope. It's an invitation to your best friend's destination wedding. Bankrupting yourself to attend a destination bachelorette party or an extravagant dinner directly sabotages your own financial survival. To see how this plays out over a lifetime, let's look at two 28-year-olds running in the exact same social circle, Sarah and Chloe. This chart shows their starting baselines. Both Sarah and Chloe earn identical salaries of exactly $70,000 a year, but they handle group texts very differently. Sarah is the ultimate team player. When the group orders an expensive dinner, she splits the massive check evenly, even if she only had tap water and a salad. Chloe has strict rules for her money. She frequently skips the pricey group trips and opts for a coffee meetup instead to protect her emergency fund. Lifetime wealth is rarely determined by how much money you make on paper. It is determined by how you respond to the invisible spending pressures of the people around you. Sarah's life looks perfectly curated from the outside. She never misses a weekend getaway, and she routinely puts her share of group Airbnbs on her visa to make sure she looks like a team player. This graph reveals Sarah's reality. Those weekend trips leave her with thousands in consumer debt. With interest compounding at 22%, she loses sleep wondering how she'll afford the next mandatory bridesmaid dress. Chloe operates with zero debt. By declining the events she couldn't afford, she has quietly built a $25,000 balance in a broad market index fund, a basket of stocks that passively tracks the overall performance of the market, and she sleeps flawlessly. The gap between them is a recurring expense called the friendship tax. Between group dinners, baby gifts, and evenly split bar tabs, you might easily spend an extra $400 a month just to keep up socially. $400 a month doesn't sound catastrophic. But invest that exact amount in a low-cost index fund returning 8%, and over 30 years, that money grows into roughly $590,000. Every time you say yes to a social obligation you can't afford, you are trading over $500,000 of your future wealth to avoid 30 seconds of social discomfort. Curious, why do perfectly intelligent people willingly bankrupt themselves for their friends? The answer sits at the intersection of evolutionary biology and modern consumerism. Psychologist Leon Festinger proved that humans are hardwired for social conformity. We naturally evaluate our own status and survival chances by comparing ourselves to the people immediately around us. In prehistoric times, getting kicked out of the tribe meant you froze to death in the winter. Today, that exact same survival software runs in your head when a friend suggests splitting a massive dinner bill. Your brain interprets declining the invitation as a literal threat to your survival. You don't want to look poor. But the massive irony is the people suggesting the expensive trips are often drowning in debt themselves. You are trapped in a Mexican standoff of fake affluence. Everyone is silently bleeding cash to impress a group of peers who are also secretly bleeding cash. You are destroying your real-world security to protect a totally fabricated status. Escaping this trap requires getting comfortable with the one word our culture absolutely hates: no. But you have to use it strategically. When the group text blows up with an expensive plan, never offer an excuse, offer an alternative. You say, I'm trying to be more intentional with my money right now, so I'm going to pass on the steakhouse, but I'd love to host everyone for a potluck at my place on Friday. Watch what happens when you hit send. Half the time, your friends will be visibly relieved. They were stressing about the cost too. By proposing a cheaper alternative, you break the standoff and grant your peers the exact permission they needed to step off the financial treadmill. Society trains us to measure wealth by the photos from a destination wedding or the clinking glasses at an expensive brunch. Real wealth operates completely out of sight. It is waking up on a Tuesday morning knowing that you have options and enjoying the absolute peace of mind that comes from knowing you aren't financing your social life at 22% interest. If someone gets genuinely angry at you for prioritizing your financial survival over their weekend getaway, that is an economic alliance disguised as a social bond. The people who actually build wealth are willing to look slightly less impressive today so they can be completely free tomorrow. You have to choose: look successful to your friends right now, or actually be successful for the rest of your life. Drop a comment below with the most ridiculous friendship tax expense you've ever been guilted into paying, and I'll see you in the next one.